Hello.
Hey there.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm Zach, and I'm in Wichita, Kansas right now in my parents' home. It's me, my two sisters, and my two parents, and we've been chilling for like a month and a half or so, and just maybe 2 months now, right? Yeah, it's been going good.
I'm Garrett, and I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, where me and the band, we typically live. So I'm still in Nashville.
Nice.
And I'm Colton, and I am in West Virginia with my wife and daughters and my parents.
Getting into music, we got to talk about it, obviously. So we did an article with you guys at Young Hollywood, just New Music Friday, talked to you guys. That was before you guys had the EP with 4 tracks. So
Yeah.
now that you
Yeah.
have the EP, how's like life been going? What's your favorite song from the EP? How you feeling?
Favorite song from the, well, I mean, life was getting really wild there the week that it came out. You know, like we went from Kane put a video of us on his Instagram, and then our social media blew up, and then a day later the EP drops, and we were just getting all this amazing feedback from everybody, and we were just on this incredible high. And then we started the Worldwide Beautiful tour, so it was just like a few weeks of just like living in this dream. And then I mean, obviously what happened, and we've all been home, but it's really been nice that we were able to at least put a little something out there and start connecting with people, and we've just been doing our best to just stay connected during this time, and everyone's support's been incredible.
What about you, Colton? What's your favorite?
It would be really hard for me to pick one. I think I love all the ones that we wrote on the EP, but I think that Take Me Home is something that's super special to us too, just because me being from West Virginia, like, and John Denver has the state song "Country Roads Take Me Home." It's like it's in it, like my DNA. So to be able to do like a new kind of a new interpolation of that song is something that means a lot to me, and to have Kane jump on it with us and to be working as closely as what we are with Kane throughout this whole thing, and to have him want to be involved in it, it was that's a super special song to me on the EP.
Yeah, and I know that you guys get asked, obviously, what it's like to work with Kane Brown a lot. I watched your Facebook Live, and everyone was asking and everything. But how was that, like, shooting the music video with him and actually, like, recording? Were you in the studio together recording it, or?
Yeah, Kane was with us every day in the studio. It was him, the baby. He had one of those like straps. The baby was right there, so he had the baby, and Caitlin was there, and yeah, we were going through all the songs, and he was really cool about giving us his input, and you know, we took a lot of that stuff to heart and applied it in our songs. But he also really has a cool way of just letting us do our thing too, and supporting us and just helping us be the best we can be. But yeah, it was really fun having him in the studio. And part of the music video, I mean, part of it we filmed out in the desert, and then it was just the 3 of us, and then the other kind of half of the video is us performing for the first time ever as a band. Kane brought us out for his sold out Staples Center show.
Insane.
And we had never, the 3 of us together had done a show, so not even one song. And so we just walked out in front of 20,000 people, and
In the Staples Center, too, like Los Angeles, like not just like it's LA.
And so literally the first time we ever saw ourselves performing together or anything was when we saw the music video. We're like, oh my God, that looked like
That was a crazy moment. I know we couldn't believe, like he was saying, it's just, that's one of those iconic venues that you just hope one day to, like, I mean, even see a show at or something, and just to be able to just go out and do that, for the first time, like, together, and just go out with Kane. I mean, that was a really special moment, and it was cool.
What went through your head right before you went out on stage?
I told the guys I blacked out. Like, I remember standing side stage, and I'm like talking to them, putting our inners in and stuff. And I looked at them and I'm like, all right, here we go. And they called us out to, walk on stage. And I think that was the last thing I remember, was like hitting the top of the stairs. And then as soon as I could just remember, it just came right back. I was just walking back down the stairs, and I like, honestly, it took me a minute to just be like, what even just happened? Like, I can't even remember, like, going up there. It's just such a, like, it was such a surreal experience. It was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think that one was, I mean, like the Staples Center is basically on everybody's bucket list if you're an artist, and to like be able to do that like right out the gate, that was insane. I think it was a little nerve-wracking just because nobody had any, at that point in time, we hadn't even been announced as a group that we were back and that we were going to be putting out music or anything. So it was just kind of like, we honestly, I mean, you didn't know how people were going to react. I mean, there was no, like, I mean, it was just kind of like, surprise, these guys are out on stage with me and they're going to be doing a song. So I think from like that standpoint, it made it a little bit easier because there wasn't a huge expectation yet. And so you were able to just try to win people over just by singing harmonies. And it was awesome that we were able to do a song that was so familiar to people, just from it. Country Roads Take Me Home. So that was cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't even imagine going out in the Staples Center in front of all those people.
Yeah, I don't think I could have been able to do it if it wasn't for Colton, the Bachelor, Colton Underwood. He was
Yeah.
He was there.
I was like, literally, he was the last person to talk to me before I walked up there, and he put his hands on my shoulders like, "You can do this, man. You got this." I was like, "Dude, I love you." And
I love you so much, man. I'll be right back. Let's link after this.
meeting them was really cool. Colton and Cassie, they're really nice, and it was funny. Like we're big Bachelor fans. Like whenever it comes on, you know, we always have our friends over. We'll go over to our buddy's house and just like we'll have like our fantasy league where like night one we're like, all right, Colton, all right, Zach, who is about to win the show? We'll try to predict who's gonna win. But yeah, we're big fans. So to meet him, that was pretty funny.
And for him to talk to you right before you go out in the Staples Center, like
yeah, he was hyping us all up. I mean, he talked to Zach, and then we got off stage. He was like, "I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Yo, like we should be friends." And like, we've talked to him since, and he's just pretty cool guy.
Oh, I bet.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. And then for the one step ahead song, that was kind of like to figure out logic of girls' like mindsets and everything like that. Are you guys? Colton, we know you're married and have kids.
I still have no clue, though, what goes through my wife, what goes through my daughter's head. It's still married or not. Yeah, I still feel like none of us have any idea what a girl wants or anything. It's just you just hope that you plan the right date or you do the right thing, you say the right things, and that's all you can do, really. And I think that's kind of what the song talks about, just like, we don't really have any idea what we're doing, but we're going to have a plan at least.
What are you guys in a relationship, single?
I've had a girlfriend for 2 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nope, I'm a single Pringle.
Do you think that the single side of it, do you think writing down your feelings help to like figure out girls' logic or no?
Writing down my feelings, you know, for someone who writes a lot of songs, I don't always do that. I want to say that we wrote One Step Ahead like a few years ago, and we were pretty new to Nashville, so I was like, it was really for me like a big moment where I was like, oh, I'm finally, you know, coming to the age where like I'm an adult, I'm independent, I'm living in my first, you know, apartment on my own in a big city. And so I was meeting people and like we were meeting all these new friends and like trying to meet girls, you know, and that was what was on my mind, I think, a lot. And and at the time, I'm proud, Garrett, I mean, this was a few years ago too, so I want to say we were both single when we were writing this.
Yeah, when we first moved here.
So we were going on and trying to meet people, and we just asked one of our co-writers, we're like, you know, she was a girl, and we were just like, what do you think? What would really impress you? You know, what could a guy do? And she said, a guy with a plan. And so we just wanted to write like a romantic and sweet song about showing someone we care about, you know, like everything we want to do for them. And that's kind of how that song was born.
Mm-hmm. Who's most likely to watch old X Factor videos of themselves?
Colton
and Zach. Honestly, though,
when someone brings it up,
I watch them the most. I would
honestly, I would say Garrett, because truthfully, I don't get me wrong, X Factor is what started all of this. But when I look at us back then to where we are now, like you just cringe.
You're
Like
like,
it's some of the stuff that you're like,
That-
oh, why did I?
and
So I would say Garrett, because Garrett's always on YouTube watching videos and stuff.
And it's just like Colton. Like I remember when we were on X Factor, there was one time that One Direction came and they were like the guests that week, and we were talking to Liam, and he literally said the same thing. He's like, I was like, yeah, we loved you on the show, and he's like, oh, I can't go back and watch that, and that's kind of how we feel. It's just that we feel like we've come so far. It's just kind of weird. I don't know.
yeah. Colton, you are a dad. For Garrett and Zach, does he ever do things that you're like, okay, like he's definitely a dad, like say things and stuff?
I don't know. Colton to me is like I think he's a great dad. You know, he's a good dad.
Is he a cool dad?
I never look at it. I never look at Colton like that though. It's like hard for me to like discern between him being like a dad, you know, with like the dad jokes and all the stereotype things. Like to me, he's a pretty cool guy. I mean, we hang out. He's my friend, and it's hard for me sometimes to like look at him and be like, that guy has kids and a family. Like,
I mean, don't let the dad thing fool you. I mean, we've been to some. I mean, Colton can be the life of the party. I mean, he's probably going to be we were at Kane's birthday party, and Colton like would not stop dancing. I think he shut the down. So
Yeah.
I mean, and we honestly, and it's something I'm really hoping that we can get to do more of when this all ends and we can be together. We've been talking about like going to West Virginia where Colton lives, and just like it's been a long time for me since I've been there, and I know that Garrett hasn't been there yet, and it'd be fun for us all to see that whole side of Colton and being in dad mode a little bit, because up until this point it's just been a lot of, you know, being in Nashville and working and on the road, so we haven't really seen that side of Colton yet.
Do you have any piece of advice for people that are just social distancing right now?
I have to tell people just like it's not put pressure on. I know I'm saying this from how I feel. Like sometimes I feel this pressure, like, oh, I should be doing this and that, and being grateful for this, and it's like don't put pressure on yourself to be as productive as you've ever been, or like feel, you know, amazing. And you know, sometimes it just sucks, you know, when life gets flips up. And so I think it's just okay to embrace however you're feeling and just do your best to find things to be grateful for. But like, I don't know, don't put so much pressure on yourself in this time, you know, to feel a certain way.
My advice would be to, you know, I think it's important. I think now that we have more time than ever to just like start a new hobby, or, you know, maybe like start a workout routine or something. I think that's been keeping me sane, is trying to just like find new things to like try to learn or experience while, you know, there's not much going on. I
thought you were going to say my advice is you could add me on Call of Duty.